We arrived at our rural homestead in Zimbabwe expecting an almost finished building and looking forward to doing the finishes once we arrived, as per the plan, only to be shocked by what we found. The house was far from what we expected, and little did we know we were about to spend days and nights living outside. Before all of that, our journey started in South Africa. We had decided to buy aluminium windows for our cottage in Zimbabwe and ended up purchasing 5 of them. I'm not that bulky. To travel safely, we had to make a custom rack on our trailer so that windows were snug and secure, since we were traveling a very long distance before reaching Dombo Shower. We packed the windows onto our trailer along with other building materials and set off very early in the morning. By the time it was daylight, we had reached Louis Trichardt and were happy to see the tunnel in the light.
We're going in the mountain, inside the mountain. And just switch on the lights.
Soon after we arrived at the Beitbridge border, seeing kilometers of trucks lined up, we feared we would be delayed for hours. Fortunately, the South African side was quick and smooth. This is the queue to the border, 10 kilometers. We're still trying to reach the border. So nice, we can actually see Beitbridge town from this side, and it's more developed than it was before, a few years back. Unfortunately, the Zimbabwean side was a completely different experience. Even before entering the gates, we were already being asked for money. Unnecessary confusion from touts was created just to get money out of travelers. They would often say, "Ndisireo ye drink mkoma." After hours in the scorching Beitbridge heat, and with our moods dampened by the constant touting, we finally left the border and continued our journey.
Thank you.
This is us after the border experience. It was before. After dropping the kids off at their grandparents, we headed to Dombo Shower, enjoying the drive and the surrounding nature. And we even managed to capture a few drone shots along the way. We were excited because, as per our communication with the builder, we were promised that the following had been completed: the entire brickwork, the roofing, and the floors in the room we would be arriving into. In our mind, the only thing left for us to do was to install the windows and the doors which we were carrying. We had been in constant communication with the builder and had already sent out all the money for the agreed material. But when we arrived, reality hit hard. The building was far from what we expected, and our plans quickly changed. According to our caretaker, it had been a while since the builder was last on site. He only completed the foundation and failed to return according to our agreed schedule. When he heard that we were on our way, he sent a few builders' assistants to try and push the project forward. That explained why the work was so far behind. In our minds, we had hoped to use the other room when we arrived, but it quickly became clear that this was far from possible. To make matters worse, it had been over a week since the roofing sheets were ordered, and every time they tried to collect them, they were still not ready. We were extremely disappointed and decided to go to the shop ourselves to express our frustrations. Kuba last week. At this point, our trust with the supplier was shaken, because what they told us was exactly the same thing they had been telling our caretaker every time he came to collect. They would say, "Come back in 2 days," and those 2 days turned into weeks. We also met other frustrated customers, some of whom had been waiting for their roofing sheets orders for over a month. By then, we wanted to speak directly to the owner of the shop. We were determined not to leave without the roofing sheets, or at least receive a refund so we can go to another supplier. Eventually, the owner arrived. In the next video, we'll show you how everything unfolded.